from a very young age, I knew that I always wanted to be more than just a pretty girl. Like, I had to be the pretty girl. I would rather you look at my brain. I would rather you be, you give me congratulations, or you compliment my brain before you compliment my beauty. For some reason, you know the world we're living in, so I always feel like I'm being overlooked, or like people are not really understanding me. Like, I always feel like that misunderstood girl, because I don't really listen and I just stick to my own gut. It makes me an individual. It makes me creative. It makes me unique. And yeah, I have to go through some things where it hurts and whatever, but it is what it is. Like, I'm still here. I survived. Like, it's gonna be okay. I like to own. I don't like to work for people. That's why I would quit a lot. That's why I would get fired a lot. That's why whatever. But I'm just in a point in my life where I just want to do things on my own terms and just really inspire and give out to the world what I want to give out to.
Facts.
While also being paid doing it. Different, never listen, insane, in my own lane, individual, never follow, never fold, stuck in my own little world, and that's just how the story goes. Yougothis poetry. How I'm so unstoppable even though I dropped out of school. I mean, what is it? Is it the way I tackle my fears and use my tears to grow my crops? I know these bitches probably wondering, when will she ever stop? Never.
Welcome to the Saint Pod.
Yo, it's Saint with Saint Pod, far from saints, far from sinners. This is the place we're making y'all winners. Today we have yougotthis in the building. We in Brooklyn, New York. And just tell me who you are. Let's just start off like that. Who are you?
Hi, I'm yougotthis. I wear a lot of hats. Like, I do a lot of stuff. I'm an artist, I'm a model, and I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, I could go deep in it, but I'm gonna leave.
Oh yeah, no, we gonna get into that for sure. We're gonna get into that. This is probably one of the most diverse artists I had on this platform yet. So let's just talk about just who you are, like, musically first. Like, so who are you musically, would you say?
Musically, I would say I'm a mix of R&B, hip hop, jazz, and poetry, like spoken word. Those are my main things that I love.
Facts. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I walked into because we at her spot right now. You know, I'm based in Philly, you feel me? So shout out to you for lending the space, you know, for the podcast and stuff like that. Yeah. And I just think even this, look, like she was not here, I guess, you feel me? So like, shout out to you. But I was gonna say, why I bring up New York? Why did I bring up New York?
New York? What about it?
I don't know. This is my first time doing a podcast in New York. I was gonna say shout out to you.
Yeah, but, Brooklyn.
You born and raised here?
Yeah, born and raised here.
That's it. What part are you from though?
Flatbush.
Oh, so isn't this the Flatbush area? Am I tripping?
Yeah, you in the Flatbush area.
Right.
So.
Damn, it's getting too close. I ain't gonna lie, it's getting too close. My fault. But no, all right, let's get back into the podcast though. So like, what kind of sparked your creativity in general? Not just music, just your creativity, because you're a model as well. Yeah. So like, what kind of sparked everything from the beginning?
I would say what sparked my creativity, I would say from a very young age, like in my household, one of the way my family would like just enjoy themselves or celebrate was with music or watching all of like the awards, because you know back then in the 90s, you was like, you had to catch the Grammys, the Soul Train,
106 in Park, 106 in Park and all that.
Exactly, like, so we had all of those things growing up. So when I used to watch TV, it was mostly music stuff. Okay. So I started off dancing, actually. Like, I would dance all the time. I was one of those kids, like back in the day when you would have like a dance competition, I'll be like, it's me, because like you would win money from it or you would win a prize. I was like, okay, like it was like a 2-in-1. Like I used to love to dance, and then I would get some money from it.
So, you used to have block parties? You know?
Not really.
No.
Nah, not the part that I grew up in. Like, it was more so, I would only go to a party like if my mom's friends was having something for the kids.
So what kind of dance you talking about, like in the beginning stages? Like, what kind of dances you talking about? Like,
so I'm half Trinidadian and I'm half Panamanian. So growing up, I mostly grew up with my mother's side, which is the Trinidadian side. So like, I just used to hear music all the time. And my mom, for some reason, like, I don't know if you know about the Labor Day West Indian Parade.
I don't know.
So basically, it's a West Indian parade where like you put your costumes on and you're in the street dancing, these big ass trucks playing soca music, all of those kind of
Soca?
Soca music is like, you know what soca music? No? So soca music is like, think of dance hall, but soca music is more colorful. It's like sort of like an Indian kind of blend type. Yeah, so that was grown music at the time, mind you. I'm listening to this and I'm 6 years old dancing to this, winding up my booty type stuff, like the sexual dances, but that's culture though. So it wasn't looked as like, oh, you being too grown.
I understand it.
So yeah.
So like, yeah, so basically you just surrounded by music just as a whole in the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you remember like just influences just in the beginning that you can remember? Just, when I say influence, I just mean influence in general, just like stuff that you like as a young boy that kind of maybe crafted you a little bit.
Yeah, I used to be a huge fan of Usher. Like, that was my first crush. That was my first person I used to see like really dance and look cool with it. And I used to be like, wow. But then my mother used to always play R&B, and she used to play this grown R&B, grown woman. And I used to be singing it, and it's crazy because I shouldn't have been singing that. So stuff like that crafted me. And as far as like my taste, where it's like really sophisticated, and I tried to like go into meaning and feeling, it's because of what I used to hear growing up. Like, to me, that was real thinking. To me, that was real music. Like, so yeah, that's where it started. Like, but I was always dancing, and then I discovered I could sing, so I was always singing, and this started from like very young, like 6 years old.
So how did you start to develop that voice though? Because I feel like kids sing, kids dance. What made you want to go like real creative with it, real into like a real like functional type of creative outlet?
I would say when I first discovered that I could sing, I went straight to school. I was like, can I sing this song? And I would just sing it from my friends, and then they would be like, oh yeah, you could sing.
She started singing the Star Spangled Banner and everything.
Word. I did, for my 8th grade graduation. But yeah, once I discovered I could sing, I was singing it from my friends. Then I was singing from my classmates, like the whole classroom. I would just try to find opportunities for me to sing. But sing and dance. And then when I graduated from middle school, my friend, she was auditioning for like a performing arts school, because this is the time where you have to look for your high school, all of that. So I'm over here looking for my high school, like whatever. And then my friend was like, I'm auditioning for a performing arts high school. I was like, what's that? So I'm like, you singing, audition? Like, you can't even sing, but I should apply too. So I applied, and I got accepted. She didn't. That's the messed up part, but that's how it was. So I continued my craft in high school, in a performing arts high school, majoring in vocal. So I was like in a choir and all of that stuff, performing in front of like, going to like basketball games, performing in a choir, stuff like that. So yeah, like I will always keep it alive. Like,
where do you think that turning point was? Like, where do you think that turning point was into just doing it just because you liked it, and just doing it because you wanted a future with it? Like, what was that turning point? I just mean with everything.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
gonna get comfortable like you.
Yeah, get comfortable. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like you mean?
Period. We on the couch, like, get comfy. So, I would say, let me see. The turning point, honestly, once I realized that I could sing, because I was always into beauty too. Like, I always like to look pretty and cute in the mirror. So it was like a whole combination of all of that. And I just always had like a dream when I was young, like being a star, like being on TV, and you know the usual shit when whatever you see on TV, that's what you want to be. But I would say it's my perspective for my art is changing now. Like when I first discovered I could sing and everything, it was like, oh, I want to be on TV and I want to have all of this glitzy stuff and
just the lights. Lights, stag lights, and all that. I understand.
Yeah, and I want to be rich.
Right. I mean, that's everybody's like beginning. Like you first gotta feel like that first.
Yeah.
And it develops.
Like,
but so how would you say that changed? Like what is it now that drives you?
Oh, because I know so much more. I know it's more than
just that.
Yeah, what glitter isn't gold. I forgot the phrase. Yeah,
I know.
Like it's way more than that. It's like a business. Like I'm learning that it's just not about art. It's about business. Because for the longest, I've been only focusing on my art, and I feel like I haven't really gotten to the levels that I want to go to because I'm just treating it as art, and that's it.
That's really powerful that you said that, because I feel like some people can view that and say they feel like they're selling out their art. How do you feel about that?
You see, and you see, okay, so this is where I'm learning. This is where you have to be truthful with yourself and what you really want out of your art when you're an artist. Because for the longest, I did it just because of the art, but meanwhile, I don't have no fucking money, like over here, like so I'm doing this for free, and I'm seeing other people doing what I'm doing, getting paid, and I'm over here not getting. Come on. So that's when I was like, all right, I have to like really understand the business side of it. Like I love my art, and I don't know what it means by selling out. I don't understand that because I'm an independent artist. I do literally everything myself, so I don't know what that means, but I do know that I would love to get paid for my art. And I'm gonna do what I need to do to get paid while also still being organic with it, of course.
I would say, is there a balance? Like, what is your balance with that?
I would say freedom of speech. Like I would just need as much freedom as possible. Like once I feel like I'm being monitored too closely, or you're like, so you can't say this, or you can't, that's when I'm like, I gotta go, because this is feeling like I'm working for someone, like, and I don't like that. So yeah.
So you have a really crazy range of like how you express yourself, and specifically music I'm talking about. So list off what the genres you fit into, just for conversation's sake, like hip hop, R&B, poetry, jazz a little bit. Yeah. There's one more I'm missing.
You said poetry, spoken
poetry,
word. But that's not even music. That's like, I don't know.
I mean, it kind of is. Yeah. So how do you blend that? Like what made you want to blend that, and how do you do it?
Because it just makes sense to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I always, like, even when I record a song, I just always have to, like, add some type of spoken word element to it, because it's just who I am. Like,
so what you feel like is intuitively, that's just what you gravitate towards.
It's not like I'm even forcing it or anything. It just feels like each and every time I just have to incorporate that into what I do, like what I'm making. I just feel like I have to blend everything together, like R&B, hip hop, and jazz, and my spoken word, because it's my foundation. It's what inspired me to even start singing and writing and all of that, because it's just a part of me. I was in a whole jazz band, actually. I was like, I was the only singer.
That's some lore right there.
And I wasn't even supposed to be a part of it. It was just something that I came to audition. It was literally only for musicians they were looking for. And then I was like, well, I could sing. And I auditioned for them, and I started singing, and it was like, all right, cool. They just added me.
It's like a side mission. That's what you call it. That's a side mission. That's what you call it. It's a side mission. How long were you doing that for?
So here's the thing. I wish I would have stayed longer. But I was a teenager at the time. And I only stayed there for a few months. And the only reason why I got a little uninspired was because, like I said, I wasn't supposed to be there. So when I would go, they didn't really have anything for me to do.
I see.
But now, more wise me, I would have looked for something to like create or whatever.
You would have did yourself.
Hell yeah.
You would have fit in where you got in.
Yeah.
But sometimes when stuff like that happens, you might look back like, oh, I said this and that. But the reason why you know this now is because you didn't do certain things. You feel me? Like that's why how you learn, because you didn't do certain things, and maybe that wasn't for you at the time.
True.
The way I see it, sometimes we only experience life at the point of our consciousness is at. You feel me? Like, you ever watch a movie? Let me see, like a Disney movie, right? I've been actually talking about this to my friends recently. Like, you watch Disney movies, kids. Like, the Disney movies have adult films, adult themes. And then so kids were watching the Disney movie, which is like, this is some bullshit. Yeah. But like, you really watch that shit, it really got some hard shit in here. I'm like, whoa, what?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't know that at first. Sometimes I'm trying to think of something, but like, let's take Lilo and Stitch for example, right? Because that just came out. When I was a kid, I kind of just watched it, whatever. But yo, that's actually a sad ass movie. Like it's not sad, but it's like emotional. Yeah. It's an emotional ass movie, and it's because of the things that you experience. Yeah. So a lot of times when you're going through life, you're experiencing things. When you come across the same situation again, then you can reenact on certain things. Right, you feel me?
Right. It hits harder. It's like, oh, okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But now, tell me about how you blended your genres again.
So.
Or how or why.
Yeah, it just makes sense to me. Like. It's just who I am. So I just feel like I have to do it each and every time. Like,
but like, how do you separate yourself like that? Because a lot of people, they usually fit in one box. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think that this path happened for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than like, everybody's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like, what makes you think that like experience you had, or I don't know, like why do you think that you are able to break those kind of boxes?
Because I hate a box. Like, I've always hated that. Like, I've always been one who liked to do any and everything that I was curious about. I never believed in like, oh, you can't do this because you are this. Right. Like, I remember even when I was young, like the girl and boy thing, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because you're a girl. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, I used to be that number one girl that used to be doing whatever the boys would do. I'll be like, I could do that too. Like, what you mean? I know I'm gentle and pretty or whatever, but I can do that. So I think it started from there, and I just carried that mentality with me throughout life and whatever I do. Like, I never believed that I can't do anything. I believe that if I want to do it, I could do it. That's it.
That never scared you though? Like separating yourself from the crowd?
So I've always been like the rebel. Like, I've always been that girl that don't care. Like, I was never afraid. Like, I'll probably feel it in my stomach, but I'll still go ahead with it. Like,
that's funny because I kind of relate to that. Because even though like you might feel fear, I actually was talking about this in the previous video. I kind of started to get myself a natural response to just run towards it instead of running away from it. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10. It works out better every single time. Right. It works out completely better. Obviously, I'm not talking about you scared of like, I don't know, a fucking cliff and you run off that shit. Nah, don't. But I'm talking about like social things, like you're in a social environment and you feel that thing in your heart or your stomach. You feel me? Absolutely. Not to do something like 9 times out of 10, bro. If you do that, you're gonna get blessed from it, and that's kind of what I keep in my head at all times to make sure I stay myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, especially with being creative, you're always watching other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're always consuming certain stuff. It could be for strategic effect, or it could just be like you want to see what everybody else is doing just because. And I try not to let other people's ideas invade mine, Word. And that part's kind of hard, but like the more I start to run towards that fear of like being different or standing out, it usually pans out, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it could feel like a lonely path too, because people will look at you if you're the only one doing it at the time. Like, what are you doing? Until that thing pops, they be like, oh,
Right.
But in the meantime, while you're doing something really new, it's like, yo, what is she doing? What is he doing? Like, you look weird. Like, but that's when you have to tell yourself, like, that's when you have to really believe in yourself, and like you the shit, and you're cool, and it's gonna pop off one day, but hey.
Yeah. So for people that's struggling with that, like struggling with fitting in or not fitting in, or just trying to find their own sound, whatever the case is, like, do you have any advice, things that you did to help you find that, or like to help you, like a ritual or anything like that?
I would say, you have to like find some kind of spiritual practice, even if it's not like on some deep religious stuff. Like, just try to find something that will ground you, like something that pulls you inward.
I agree.
Because we live in a loud noise society, so you have to like find a space, like even if you don't have that in your home, because growing up I didn't have that in my home. As a teenager, like I had to get out of the house, find like a quiet space, the park or the library, and just journal maybe. But for me it was journaling and music, like poetry, so that was my way of like healing and just tuning into myself and understanding myself and who I am, and giving me more confidence to represent myself out in the world.
I like that. And this actually kind of leads to my second question. What inspires your sound or your writing, like emotionally and spiritually?
I would say pain and just being authentic as possible. Like, because I feel like whenever I write, and I'm still learning how to make music, because with poetry it's different. With poetry you could just flat out just
go with it, like just speak your mind.
And it just shows who you are. But with music it's because it's a
format.
So it's like you have to understand how to fit your authentic self into that, and I'm still learning how to do that. But for the most part,
I mean, you can even lean into the pain part. Like, what did you mean by that?
So for the pain part, it's like, it's therapeutic for me. It's like something to just release and make something out of the pain, instead of just having the pain linger and just fester and not be controlled with. Because this was before I even knew about like going to a therapist, a psychologist, and speaking to someone. Like, this is, I started like writing poetry because I just felt like I was misunderstood or wasn't heard, or so that's where I would go to just like let it all out and release, and it still sticks with me to this day. So
that's tough. And how do you think it evolved though? So like do you feel like when you were first like expressing yourself through music, right, and cases, like, do you think it still gives you the same kind of effect now, or do you feel like you add stuff in, you know what I'm saying, to like for the artistic effect?
I would definitely say I'm experiencing my growth, because when I first started recording music, it was me, but now I'm understanding like, wow, this is like really a reflection of me and who I really want to be, and who I'm presenting myself into the world, and what will be behind when I'm off earth, when I'm not living here anymore. But what was the question again?
How did music evolve? Like, how did it evolve? Like, you just doing music just to release, and then doing now for the artistic effect?
I definitely do it because I just want my point of view to be shared. Like, I want to see myself in the media. Like, I feel like I don't really see me in the media, and it's so crazy because I'm always getting compared to this and that and this and that, and it's annoying. But I still feel like I don't see myself in the media. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a perspective, my kind of perspective from me being who I am, that I would like to share with the world.
I understand that. Yeah, me too. I just feel the same exact way. Just like, I feel like the way, like in music in your lane, you feel me, I feel like you're really unique. And I feel like even in my lane, I feel like I'm very unique as well. And I feel like the stuff that I talk about isn't broadcasted in the way it should be. You feel me? Just like emotion and spiritual and vulnerability and all that. So that's why I feel like art is there for that exact reason. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to get into, I feel like your music is also very feminine. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to the feminine, and which I really love that, because I feel like a lot of women artists now kind of are gravitating towards rap and aggressive rap, or even if it's just not aggressive rap, it's just very, very, very sexual. And I don't mean sexual just like sex. I mean like, you know,
like,
you know what I'm talking about. Just drawing. Like, you feel me? And so I want to ask you, like, how do you protect that? How do you protect that feminine side of you, especially we live in New York, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I said you live in New York. And so how do you protect that side of you? while, you know what I'm saying, living
Wow.
here and dealing with all this?
Well, honestly, it's how I was raised by my mom. So I was raised by a single parent, my mom. And my mom was always like this reserved kind of lady, but at the same time, she had like a wild side, like, yeah. And she would talk about sex every once in a while. Like, she would have like these slick things to say, but for the most part, she was really reserved. And I think it's because of that, like, I was just, and sex was never really talked about. Like, my mom would bring it up every once in a while, but we never really talked about it. So it was something that was always kind of mysterious, but I knew about. And because of that, it's like I would tippy toe into it, but I will also have like a really have it under control, like private, But I guess that's why it shows the way it shows up for me now, because it's like, I don't mind talking about sex, but at the same time, it's like it's a way.
Undertone. I feel like it's an undertone of it.
It's the way you talk about it. It's the way you go.
I feel like it's like sacred when you're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's something like sacred. Usually, motherfuckers we talk about it like it's like, I don't know, like it's nothing. Like, man.
But think about it. Maybe it is nothing to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
To me, it means something. And you don't have to spill it all out. Like, you could talk about it, you could touch on it, but you don't have to be all out. Like,
I think that's what makes your music so central as well, because not even just about sex, just in general. I feel like you're talking about things that while you're not talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. And I watched that video. That's just hard.
Oh, thank you.
You gotta drop more videos. That's just tough.
Thank you. It's, you know, it's crazy. So I was looking at my YouTube the other day, and that video hit basically like 20,000 views.
Congrats.
And thank you. And I did that with a collaboration with a guy. And I'm saying that because
the video you're talking about? The video itself?
Yeah,
okay,
to Baby It's Me, the video that you're talking about. So I did that as a collaboration. And my first video, which I dropped in 2022, I actually paid for that video. And that video only got 235 views.
Right.
So I was like, I spent all that money.
Right.
I should only get 235. Mind you, I did this low budget video in my place, and this shit is hitting like 20K.
So why do you think that is?
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Like, is it the organic of it? I don't know. I'm saying that because most artists always feel like they have to drop a lot of money in order to like do this and release this. Nah, like, free is always best. Like, free could get you really far.
Yeah, I think also, like, it's not even just about the price tag, it's also about how organic it is and how natural it is.
True.
And you feel me? Like, when you're not focused on like the flashing lights and all that kind of stuff, I feel like people that are actually listening or not really listening can relate to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, a video that's, you know, Hellcats in the street, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it's only gonna apply to some people that like that kind of stuff. But I feel like I related to that video in that song, not just because of the stuff that you were saying, but just the feeling of it. The feeling of it was calming, it was nurturing, you know what I'm saying? Where I feel like a woman could relate to that, and also a man could relate to it as well, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's real sensual.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like my audience right now is really, is the majority, the percentage is like men.
Really? Oh, I didn't expect it.
It's weird. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and it's like the percentage on the men is high. But even on social media, like, it's like the men resonate more with me than the women, and I do not understand that because it's not like I'm overly sexual.
I don't know.
And I just...
They fuck with your shit, bro. It's funny, like, the podcast, like, it's mostly women. Like, it's like 65%, 75% women, I feel like. But I mean, I know why, though. Like, the stuff I talk about, ain't no bullshit. It's like, it's spiritual, emotional, vulnerable kind of stuff. Like, I do sometimes I have rappers on and stuff like that. But I feel like most time, the videos I do really well are the videos where I usually have women on where they're talking about something really like emotional, and vulnerable.
Yeah.
is there anything like your art has healed about you?
I would say healed. I would say more so because it's always healing when I'm doing it. I would say it's more so about evolution. Like I just find myself growing each and every time I like make a project or dedicate myself to a project and release it. So it's more so about like growing. But it's always healing. Everything is always healing. Like when I'm writing it, when I'm recording it, healing. So yeah.
And what should your listeners feel when they're listening to your music?
Well, I'm not trying to control what you feel, but I know when I'm feeling it, I'm coming from a really authentic place. So if it's like sadness, if it's like I'm happy, if it's like I'm talking my shit, I'm feeling cocky, like I just expect you to, if you don't feel it, understand it, where I'm coming from, because it's hard to control people's feelings. Like I would love for you to feel what I'm feeling, but sometimes people don't be feeling what I'm feeling.
Nah, I feel you.
So it's like
Do you experience doubts?
Yeah, I do.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, my doubts. Every once in a while. I mean, sometimes if like I release something and it's like I'm not getting the response that I thought I would get, I'll probably be like, like, what is it? Like, what is this? What's wrong? Like, but at the same time, I know I'm the shit, but I'm like, how? And then this is when the comparison pops up, and it's like, wait, but how is this person getting that, and I'm over here, like it just makes no sense. So, sometimes it's like a doubt feeling will creep, but it would never.
It doesn't stay.
Yeah, it doesn't stay. Yeah.
How you do it? I do it the same thing, and in that same exact way, like, you know, the comparison aspect of it.
Yeah.
What do you do when you feel that way?
I just be like, okay, whatever, and keep doing me. Like, I just try to find ways to develop me.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, everyone is different. So I'm never, ever trying to be like the next person. Like, that's just not what I do. And whatever works for that person, congratulate them or whatever. But for me, personally, I'm on my own journey, and it is what it is. So.
Yeah, I was just say, like, you don't know what that person's dealing with as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, numbers can look good. You know what I'm saying? Numbers look good, but like, how are they feeling about those numbers? How are they doing besides those numbers? You know what I'm saying?
In real life, because I've heard some stories, like in real life, with people who are really, they have like this high following and everything. Like, they're not, in real life, they're not happy. They're not happy behind that social media. They struggling behind that. They struggling more than you in life behind that social media, and they have that huge following. Like, I heard some crazy stuff, like a model the other day who is really popular across the social media platforms. She's not really that in real life. Like, meanwhile, I'm over here doubting myself.
But you chilling.
And I'm good. Like, so.
Yeah, yo, talk about that, the modeling industry. Like, yo, I know a few models. I mean, here too. Like, I'm staying with my friend, she a model. The model industry crazy as hell. How are you doing with that, bro?
Honestly, I always been one to just stay in my lane.
Yeah, you both.
And it's so crazy because I never thought about like auditioning for like agencies to get signed and stuff, because I always just wanted to work for myself. I always wanted a huge portion to myself. Like, I don't want anybody to take a percentage of my work. Like, so that's that. That's the business aspect. But as far as like the woman itself, like in it, I mean, these girls, like, they be unhealed. They be
crazy.
They just be doing it just to do it.
Yeah.
No kind of like deep, what's the word?
Like direction?
Intention, or like, direction too. Like, just doing it just to do it. And modeling for me is way more than just putting on some clothes. I like to tell a story. It's sort of like a music aspect. Like, when I model, I like to tell something.
Not for sure. And that deepness though, like, where did that come from? Cause I try to think about myself, like, why do I feel like everything has to have a message or everything has to have intention? Where did that come from? Cause it's annoying sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, it's annoying. I'm like, all right, bro. Like it makes me become a perfectionist as well. So like, where do you think that come from?
I don't know. Like, it's weird. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like whatever I do, I have to have a message. I have to make an impact because it's the people I look up to. That's why. It's the people I look up to. The people I look up to.
What inspires you?
They have a message. Malcolm X, Lauryn Hill, who else? Anything with like just where people tell their stories, and I just feel inspired and moved. It's like,
for sure.
That's why for me, and from a very young age, I knew that I always wanted to be more than just a pretty girl. Like, I had to be the pretty girl. I would rather you look at my brain. I would rather you be, you give me congratulations, or you compliment my brain before you compliment my beauty. That's the kind of woman I've always been, because I just felt like it was lame to just go off of your prettiness and just thrive off of that. Like, to me, that don't mean shit to me.
Surface level.
Word. Like, the brain, how you think, I love when someone compliments me on that. So yeah, it plays into just always needing to have like a message, because I already know I'm this beautiful girl. It's a lot of beautiful girls. You feel me? Like, but what are you gonna say though? Right. So I always come from that view.
And what made you so like spiritual, I guess? Because like, whether, you know, the way you come off is a very like spiritual type, nurturing type vibe. So like, what made you go that direction, or like, where's that come from? Just
trying to understand myself in life.
Sure.
Period. Sure. Like, no, that's it. Like,
no, I also notice a lot of times like people like us, you know what I'm saying, are spiritual, or even like psychology majors, or like people that's interested in the mind. It usually has to deal with themselves, you know what I'm saying, understand themselves. And then it's funny because once you understand yourself, you understand the world and other people, you feel me?
It's true.
And I never understood why people always said the world is a reflection of you, or people are a reflection of you. But it's so true. It's so true. Bro. Like, once you understand yourself, you can read through people like it's crazy.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. And I also go by like the saying, like, you teach me how to treat you, because that's true. And just the other day, I was like, you be saying you teach me how to treat you. Like, this is how I view people, but you have to understand, like, okay, that's how people could also view you. They treat you how you teach them to treat you. Right. So when I have like these situations where it goes wrong, and I'm like, oh shit, what did I do? Like, or what did I do? Like, what was my part into them acting this way? So yeah, I'm always thinking about stuff like that. It's annoying.
No, that's what I was telling you. Like, no, it's actually mad annoying. Like, being an overthinker, being creative, but also wanting success. You know, it's all at the same time. It's a lot to balance. You feel me?
Yeah.
And how do you think you balance that out?
Working out, meditation, taking care of myself, like mentally and physically, absolutely. Like, those are the first things. Those, like, because if I don't take care of myself physically or mentally, and physically, like by working out, and I'm not even, because when I work out, it's more than just looking good. Like, I literally feel good.
No,
like,
for sure.
My spirit feels good. So once I discovered that, I was like, oh shit, like, I need to do this all the time, because it just keeps me going and keeps me feeling good.
Grounded as well. That's something I really understood. I mean, running, it kind of, the way I see it, I feel like a lot of times, especially when you're doing stuff like this, we either, you know what they say if you live in the future in your mind, that's what creates anxiety. And if you live in the past in your mind, that's what creates depression.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, and what working out does, what meditation does, what journaling does, it keeps you in the present. So a lot of times when you are working out, you're meditating, that's why you feel so good, because you're finally living, you're taking a moment to live where you are right now. It forces you to do it. Yeah. Like when you're running, that shit hurt, bro.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Or when you're working out, it hurts. So it's forcing you to only focus on right now.
Yeah. And it's so crazy, like, because that touches on the present, being present. And it's crazy because when you're young, that's the gift of being a child. Like, you're literally always living in the present, depending on your circumstances, of course.
For sure.
But if you're like, if everything is going a little okay, and you have like some sort of like normal childhood, one thing that I wish I could take from my childhood is always being present. Yeah. Like, I was definitely always present. And you start to lose that the older you get. Like,
definitely. Because I think because you get used to life, you get used to where you're at. I started to notice also when I travel, I start to get that back a little bit. Be present.
True, because you're in a new environment and you're like,
you know what neuroplasticity is?
Yes.
Yeah, like when you travel, that gets activated.
Really?
Yeah, and like that's how you can form new like thought patterns, new listen, let me tell you this, like I was like creatively, I was in a stunt, like I just feel like I don't know, I just was not motivated or anything like that.
Yeah.
I took a trip to DR with my man for like 2 weeks, and I'm not talking about no resort. I was in the trenches in DR. Yeah. Like it was a small town called Cebu, and everyone spoke Spanish around me except for my mans. So it kind of forced me to stay in the present. I'm trying to understand everything that's going on, you feel me? And I don't know what it was. I can't really break it down or explain it to you. But when I came home, bro, I was a new person. A new person.
I believe you because I haven't left the country since 2022. But I had took a road trip with my friend. We went to North Carolina and we took a road trip. And when I came back, I came back with like a whole new spirit. Like it was something really different. But that happens to me every time. Like it happens to me every time I leave the country and come back to New York. Like I always come back really inspired and like fresh, feeling new. So I do believe that. And honestly, one of my goals is to like really travel. Like I have a whole list of places I want to travel because it just makes me feel alive. Like, yeah. Like when I'm just in New York only, I feel stunted.
For sure.
For sure. Like
I think also like when I'm in Philly, like I have nothing to bounce off of for real.
Yeah.
I got nothing really to bounce off of now. Like do you have like a creative group of friends? Like yeah, like I try to stay around people like that, but a lot of times I'm the type of person I grow by myself though. I grow when I'm in silence. I grow when I'm alone. So
I'm
sometimes
just like that.
You mean so sometimes it can get lonely, I guess. It can get lonely, I guess. But go ahead.
Yes.
You look excited to say something.
Yes, I'm just like that. Cause yeah, I know creative people.
Right.
Like I do. And I could reach out to them and hang out with them. But I always felt like I'm in a phase in my life of needing to grow and understand myself, which makes me just want to be a loner. Like I enjoy my own company, but sometimes I do get lonely. And then it's like, but do I still want to reach out to another energy? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather just stay alone. But when I am around my people, I feel good though.
Right.
Yeah.
They say whether or not you're an introvert or extrovert depends on where you draw your energy from. So it's not just because how you act. You can act crazy in public, but still be introverted. And that's because it depends where you draw your energy from. So I feel like we draw our energy from when we're by ourselves. But if I'm outside, I can be extra. I can be Joe or whatever the case is, but I get drained. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. But extroverts, they gain their energy from outside.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I could put on a little show, but like, I gotta go back to the crib after this. You mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, but even if I'm in a setting where I'm okay, like where I'm like dancing, they're all like out of nowhere, you want to see me in a corner by myself. Like I grew up like a real shy kid, like real shy, just real shy, like kind of insecure too. But the thing about it was like, I don't know what it was. I never got like bullied or anything like that, but I was a perfect target for it. But like for some reason, the bullies and stuff like that were always attracted to me. I don't know why that was, but that's kind of what kind of made me get out of that, because I never bullied nobody. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is,
it made me feel okay to be not act like myself all the time. And because when you act like yourself, you feel me? Because I feel like myself is naturally just by myself, quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like I would work a regular job, you know what I'm saying? But there's something deep in my mind like, nah, you gotta do something else a little bit, you feel me? It can be sides to you. I feel like you shouldn't be too like one-sided either. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not a one-sided person at all. Like, that's the reason why you see me do all of these things. Like, I get bored easily. I get bored.
New projects.
So.
New projects. Don't finish them. Move on. Like, I got so much shit. Like,
I gotta work on that though.
Me too.
Like that's actually what I'm working on. Like when I start something, finish it.
Right.
You know, even if it's not perfect, at least you finished it.
Put it out.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nah, for sure. I really need to work on that too. I got so much shit going on, and then like I just keep having amazing ideas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I keep having amazing ideas. Now how can I do it? You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to just write it down. Yeah. Do what you gotta do right now.
Yeah.
And then move on.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what kind of keeps people from growing as well. I'm not talking about growing like numbers. I just mean that as a person. Like it stops you from growing because it's like this. Imagine you trying to work out. You feel me? You trying to work out, but you keep stopping every single time you start to see a little progress to work on something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to actually grow like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, like, finishing something, then moving on to something else, something different.
Right.
But, like, show yourself you can accomplish something first. You feel me? And you people, I said, show yourself, not other people. Show yourself that you can do something first and then move on. You feel me? Then move on to the next project.
Yeah. You can't just start something and then once you see some people quit because they don't see.
Nah, right.
And then they start something else.
Right.
It's like you're not gonna see any kind of result if you keep doing that.
Yeah.
I think I realized that at a certain point. I don't know exactly when, but I realized like, yo, you're not gonna see any results if you keep starting and restarting and starting. Like, no, like finish what you start.
Yeah.
even if you don't complete it in like a perfect way, like just finish that and go to something else. Bless you.
Thank you. Nah, for sure. I recently started boxing like 3 months ago now.
Oh, like your first time?
Nah. I used to box as a kid, and so growing up, I did a lot of sports, but I quit all of them. Like
just stop going. Like
I just stopped. Like, and that's been like a consistent theme of like I'm not gonna say my life, but like I feel like that's a big issue I had like all my life. I just started stuff and I don't finish them. So like I went to the same boxing gym that I went to when I was younger, and like that's I'm consistent now. You feel me? Like because like I felt like
but it has a deeper meaning. It's like a purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to just doing something just because. Right. Like when you pick up something again, it's like you're doing it because you understand what it's gonna do for you now. Definitely. As opposed to like the things that were just given to you just to do it, do it. It's like
no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I don't know. I just feel like discipline. You know what I'm saying? Discipline is just.
That's what it is. It's like
powerful.
When you realize that you're the person in control of your life. So if it ain't going how you want it to go, it's because of you, and you're being undisciplined and all of that. Like, so yeah, absolutely. It's sort of like it touches on college, like that, like going and stopping. Because for me, college, like it just didn't make any sense. Like it was because it was the thing to do,
right, of course.
But I didn't really feel it in my spirit. I was like, well, why am I doing this?
How old are you, by the way? I forgot to ask you in the beginning.
I'm 31 years old. Yeah. So, yeah, when I was in college, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't for me, and it just never made sense. But now, if I was to go back to college, right? Because you could go back to college any age.
I'm actually going back to college.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Psychology. I'm trying to finish my job.
Okay, nice. Did you start? Wait.
Not yet.
Wait. Hold on. Did you ever go to college?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And when did you start?
When? I don't know, like a few years ago.
Okay.
Years ago. I got like 2 more years left, basically. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to finish that off.
All right. But it means more to you
It's
now.
different, completely different. My frontal lobe wasn't even developed yet. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and when things don't make sense to me, I will never be good at it. If it isn't clicking in my head about something that like why I'm doing something, I will never try. I will never apply myself, no matter any reason. You feel me? If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. But like I feel like I'm in the right space.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're more inspired to do it. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, sometimes you just gotta put things down.
For sure.
And then pick them up when it feels right to you. Like it feels like it's more of a passion. It's more of purpose. Like
Where would you go? What would you do? Like what would you major in?
So my major back then was media technology and management. So it was working with TV and media. Honestly, I would go back to the same shit because what am I doing now?
Right.
Creating media. I'm literally involved in that same thing that I quit like years ago. So it's crazy to me now. But I would absolutely go back to like study that, like camera work and all of that, because that's what I like. That's what I love.
Yeah. And I don't even know, but besides this podcast, I'm like a mindset coach. And I deal with like the mind and stuff like that. So like, it's bringing me back to the same thing.
It's like a full circle kind of situation. Like it aligns, like everything just starts to go with each other, you know? It makes sense. Like going back to school to study psychology. Yeah. So it just gives you your credentials on top of that.
For sure, and that's the kind of what I want. I just want to finish too. Like the same thing about like what just closing those loops, bruh. Close those motherfucking loops, yo. I swear, I got so many of them motherfuckers. But I'm backtracking now. I'm on your ass. Now. But yeah, I think that's really important to follow your intuition on like when and like what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'll be damned if I'm miserable doing something I don't want to do. I swear.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what keeps me pushing in life. Like out of all the things that I've ever done, I just felt like it wasn't for me. And it wasn't mine. Like I like to own. Right. I don't like to work for people. Period. And it just always felt weird to me. Like, so that's why I would quit a lot. That's why I would get fired a lot. That's why whatever. But I'm just in a point in my life where I just want to do things on my own terms and just really inspire and give out to the world what I want to give out to. Facts. While also being paid doing it. Facts. Simple. It's really simple. You know, nothing crazy.
Something like.
Word.
What's the legacy you want to leave behind?
I just want to be known for my art, period. So all of the work that I'm doing, that I'm releasing, I want people to like always go back to that. And I want to be known as like a person who was really authentic, true, showed integrity in what she believed in, and showed love and kindness, and just really simple, pure, organic stuff. Yeah.
I think we need way more of that, bruh. I think we need way more of that. Just being authentic. I think that's the one that really like hit me. Like,
it's so crazy that I think that's probably the reason why I push so hard for that in myself, because I see a lot of people, they lack that, and it's just so weird because it should come by first instinct, like just be you.
I think a lot of people lose themselves. I think it does start off like that. I think every story starts off like that. I think people lose themselves. I think a lot of times I can see it in myself a little bit. Doing this podcast stuff, there's a way to get a lot of views. There's definitely a way to get a lot of views, and it's not that hard. So I feel like a lot of times people like fall into that, and it's kind of like lust. You know what I'm saying? Where it's easy, it's fast, and it feels good in the moment, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's like tempting. I feel like to a lot of people, but my mind, for whatever reason, sometimes I wish I didn't have this kind of mind, but for whatever reason, the authentic way, it may be slow, but I promise you, it feels 10 times better.
No, you're right.
10 times better.
Yeah, absolutely right. There is easier alternatives to get to where you want to go, but that's when it becomes a little it's no true identity in that. It's it's just like a superficial cycle that you could do. And everyone knows that.
Right.
Every artist, creator knows that. It just depends. Like some creators or artists, they go that route, and some artists and creators don't. And it's harder.
It's definitely harder. And I feel like even if you do go the easy route, like, you're not gonna last that long because you're kind of like everybody else. I mean, it depends.
Time will tell.
Yeah, like, you feel me? I don't know. I just feel like, bro, like, if you're doing it for the fast views or if the fast bucks, you feel me?
It's corny, and it's a lot of people that's doing it.
Yeah.
That's how they doing it. But yeah, I've always been one who's like, I just stick to who I am, and that's it. I even watched the interview with Jay-Z, and he was like, yeah, I never paid attention to like those trends and shit. Like, I just did me. Like, literally, like in the early 2000s, you know, it's sure. some new trend is always popping off. But you have the option to either go with the trend or just block that noise out and actually study what you want to study and release what you want to release. And whoever resonates with it, that's your fan base. That's who you fucks with. Like, and that's where I go. And it may be fewer, it may be slower, but at least I know I'm going my path of like authenticity and just being me, and I feel good. Like, even if it's a little small amount of people rocking with me or whatever, I'd rather quality, concentrated quality over saturated nonsense. People who don't even really know you or fuck with you. They just whatever. Like,
they just there,
yeah.
Definitely.
So,
that's some powerful shit.
Word.
Some real shit.
Word. Because, and also if you think about it, you're not popular when you go that route, you know, because you're not doing what everybody else is doing. So you're not, but I think it's subjective though. I think popular is subjective.
I agree.
Yeah. I
agree. And people think that you gotta be like super fucking big. I don't want to be super fucking crazy big. I don't. I honestly do want like just a loyal community.
That's it. Word.
I want to be able to talk to y'all. I want to be able to, like, you mean, like, bounce off ideas and shit like that. And like, I don't need all that.
All of that, yeah.
I'd rather not. You mean, like, wherever this goes, it goes. But like, I'd rather not. You mean?
Yeah. I agree. I think that's the time. That's the mindset that I live in, that I operate in. Yeah. I've been made that decision from since adulthood. Yeah. Like, I always been I'm just gonna do me, and whoever resonates with it. Like, it's a little crowd, but I'd rather a little crowd than whatever. Like, whatever. So.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going with that. Like, as far as being an artist, I would rather a true, concrete, quality, concentrated, who really cares about me and my art kind of fan base.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I also love just like talking, and you start saying something that you didn't even know. You know what I'm talking about? And like, it's all like, damn, I said that. It's just hard. But the way I look at that is, I feel like that's like Christ consciousness. You heard that before? Mm-hmm. Like, or like your higher self, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck I just say that? It was some wisdom, some
crazy,
profound shit. But like, I don't know. And it's really interesting because it's something beyond what we can see. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you feel about that.
I feel like exactly what you just said. It's like, that's how you operate. Literally, that's how you operate. Every day you wake up, that's how you operate, but you actually expressed it. Yeah. So it's wild that it's wild hearing yourself say it, but that's literally how you live. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, also I think too, it's kind of off topic, but the fact that we always have all the answers in our mind already.
Yo.
It's kind of dicky. Am I tripping?
No.
It's so dicky.
It's weird because it feels like you don't know. But you do.
You always know.
I literally said the other day that I know more than I think I do. Like, for real, I'll be thinking that I don't know a lot, but I know a lot because I'm a person who's always like listening, reading, and just always looking for new information, and I get pretty overwhelmed to the point it's like, whew.
Yeah.
And sometimes I still be feeling like I'm thinking simple. Right. But at the same time, like, if you really dig in my brain and like go into like my unconscious brain and stuff, you would see like, yo, this girl knows a lot. You ever saw that movie, what is it called, Limitless?
Yeah.
Yo, I love that movie because I just wish that I could always tap into like everything I've ever studied.
You can, it's called Adderall.
What is it called?
Adderall.
Adderall?
Adderall. You know what Adderall is?
No.
It's like a drug. It was a bit. Oh. It was like a joke. It was a bit, but anyway, go ahead.
Wait, so because they were taking like a pill in the movie, so
Adderall is just like it's that shit that motherfuckers take for like what's it called, like ADHD.
Oh, I heard of that before. Yeah.
But if you don't have ADHD and you take it, it makes you like super focused and super like on point. You know what I mean? Yeah, but
okay, yeah, but yeah, that movie.
I need to watch it.
You never watched it yet?
I need to rewatch it.
Okay, yeah, me too. It's like an interesting, like, I always found it so interesting because I was like, wow, like, if I could really tap into all of the things that I ever study, I would be crazy with.
Not facts. No, I researched, I've like done so many, watched so many videos, read so many books. It's kind of going. I ain't gonna lie.
But it's
there.
You think it's gone, it's there. It's there.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. But I was reading on the brain and the minds, and like, just because we can't just pick it up, what we have studied throughout our lifetime, just because we can't pick it up or access it right away when we want to, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
For sure.
Like, it's just that we can't really access it because it's in the unconscious mind. Yeah.
For sure. And that's why I said, like, it feels like, who said that? You know what I'm saying? Like, in conversation and something comes out, it's like, damn, I didn't even know that. But you really did, though.
You do know, yeah.
Mine is so crazy that, and the fact that we haven't fully understood it yet, like, even dreams, for example, humans in general, we have no idea what the fuck that really is. Like, we got theories and stuff like that, but it's not a lot of concrete evidence on, like, all of our mind and, like, the consciousness and spirit and
still
soul.
Growing, yeah. If you think about it, like, the world is pretty new. Like,
for sure.
For real.
All the time.
It's new, bro. Like, for real.
I say that.
Like, people be thinking that shit existed forever. No, researchers, scientists, these things are
kind of just got on.
I know, like
just got on this shit.
Like, come on, for real. Like, this is all new.
Yeah, the phones just got created.
Literally, internet.
Yeah, internet.
Just
and all that.
Was released. Like, come on. Like, it's a lot. So when I think about that, when I think of it in that way, I'm like, I have more compassion for myself. I'm like, just take it easy.
It's sure.
It's like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It feels like it's a lot of competition. A lot of people's gonna stop. A lot of people gonna stop, bro. I ain't gonna lie, yo.
You said a lot of people's gonna stop. They're gonna be like,
stop, bro. Not everybody built for this.
Word.
Not everybody built for this. I'm telling you. If you stay consistent at this, I mean anything. Just don't just go for creatives and artists and all that. I mean anything. It's going to go into fruition because, bro, everybody going to stop. I'm telling you. I've seen it. Like.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, when you say like everybody's going to stop?
Like, I started this podcast stuff, right? And I'm from Philly, so it's not like a huge creative scene. Like, pretty much, if you go to an event, you're gonna see everybody that's in the game. When I started this podcast stuff, there was like a lot of podcasts. Now, I go to events sometimes and people just recognize me because it's not like, people see consistency. Even if you're not getting all the views, people see you, bro. I'm telling you, people are seeing you. You know what I'm saying? People see everything. Even people that have clout or whatever the case is. People see you feel me? So, and when I meant by like people stop, like most people are like, what, 80%? I forgot what the study was, but like it's like some crazy, like 80% of businesses are gonna fail because they stop.
Wow.
It's like 80%.
When all they had to do was just keep going, but because they don't, whatever reason.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that statistic though, cause like it make me feel good. I ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna stop.
You like the other 30 maybe.
Nah, real shit. Like I'm gonna keep going with this shit because you know what I'm saying. Like people don't got the heart, and that's why I feel like this episode I'm gonna probably label this shit like intention or something like that because that's something that you really speak to. Like intention is so powerful, and that's why I feel like I'm here still. I keep going, and even you, like I feel like intention is what drives you, not the superficial shit. You feel me?
And I'm actually surprised and happy when you mention that because for some reason, you know the world we're living in, so I always feel like I'm being overlooked or like people are not really understanding me. Like I always feel like that misunderstood girl. So like when I hear you say that, it's like, oh shit, like, okay.
It's true.
All right.
It's really true.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, not for sure.
Yeah. And I also feel the same way about you and what you have released because like I told you, when you first hit me up, I didn't see it.
Right.
I just was looking through like the likes that I had got that day.
Yeah. I think I lit you up a little bit.
And I think I was looking at the likes and then I saw your follow and I was like, who's this?
Oh, yeah.
So I went on your page and then I was looking through it and I was looking at an interview that you did with this guy and I was listening to it. I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I felt that. So I started going deeper. I'm like, alright, I fucks with him. Like
I appreciate that.
Follow. And then I saw your DM. I was like, yeah.
Not for sure.
Of course, like
not for sure. For sure. And no, like, I don't give a fuck how many followers somebody got or like, bro, if your page is like real intentional and real soulful, bruh, like I just like like you're on the pod, like for sure you're on the pod because I already know the conversation's gonna be crazy. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, intention rather than just wanting to get views or something superficial like that. Because you can't recreate this. You know what I'm saying? You can't recreate it with just views. No. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody got a certain amount of percentage, I've tried. Listen, I try. Listen, I want views on nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it don't work. It don't work.
He said I tried.
Like no shade.
For real. I'm not just talking this.
Listen,
like
no shade. Like, but I had some people on the pod, bro. Crazy following.
Oh yeah.
Crazy following. Conversation is just lackluster. Like it's just.
Okay. So these people with the high following though. Would you say when you took a chance on them, you didn't really resonate, connect in any kind of way, but because they had this following, you just wanted to see. But it just was the same thing. Like you were right. Like
yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing. Like I was chasing the the views, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to get seen, which is nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna tell you, like, it's not what you want. It's not what you really want. I want to hear a poem. I want to hear the poem. Pull it out.
Okay. Different, never listen, insane, in my own lane, individual, never follow, never fold, stuck in my own little world, and that's just how the story goes. Yo, Lexia's poetry.
Tell me about that.
Nice and sweet, short and sweet.
Tell me about that though. Like what inspired that or the message behind it and all that?
The never listen part is because my mom would always say, "You're hard-headed, you never listen." And I'm like, I don't understand that. But it's like a con and a pro at the same time, because the con is like if you do listen, you could like just avoid any necessary problems ahead. But the thing is also, because I don't really listen and I just stick to my own gut, it makes me an individual. It makes me creative. It makes me unique. And yeah, I have to go through some things where it hurts and whatever, but it is what it is. Like I'm still here. I survived. Like it's gonna be okay. And I'm in my own little world because I just operate off of me and my beliefs. I don't let society control me. Like I'm done with that. So that's just how the story goes.
Yeah, I fuck with it. That was beautiful. I really like that. I appreciate you sharing that and all that.
Thank you.
I feel like that's really breaking through the matrix. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you finally figure out that you don't need the validation of other people, when you finally figure out that like you're actually in real control of like who you are and what you want to say, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like you're powerful.
Absolutely.
Like nothing can hold you back. Like at that point.
I mean, it could feel lonely.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
It could feel like you're wrong.
Definitely.
But yeah.
I think that's just where like self-trust comes in.
Yeah.
Self-trust.
Yeah. Self-trust. Absolutely. Speak more on that.
You stupid. Go ahead, yo.
Word, cause my self-trust, it be drifting sometimes. It be up and down.
I'll be my best friend, my best supporter. Somebody be my enemy. I'm like, yo, I be going in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, tell me about it. What you would say?
I would say the self-trust could kind of make you feel isolated sometimes. Like,
yeah.
Because you will be so deep into your belief in whatever that is, and it's like you start to feel lonely in a way. But if you really believe in yourself, you just have to keep pushing through.
Definitely.
No matter how lonely it feels, no matter what people say, because people always gonna talk shit.
Oh, definitely. Regardless.
Yeah.
You gotta accept that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You gotta accept it.
Yeah.
It's not really like running away from it or like appealing to somebody or something.
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta accept that.
It's an interesting world. It's an interesting life.
Yeah. I kind of like it though. I kind of like it. Honestly, it feels like a game sometimes. Like, it feels like something I gotta be at, level up. I gotta go do some shit.
Yeah, it's not a feeling, it's a fact.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
And I mean, the beautiful thing about it is when you're aware of it, because a lot of people aren't aware. They just let their circumstances take a hold on them and let it control their life, like, and they never improve, and it just be so sad. But
like people let it control them, and I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be feeling like sometimes people can't level up their consciousness any further. I feel like some people. I mean, I'm not gonna say some people have a limit. But I feel like some people get to a point and they just stop improving or growing. You know what I'm saying? You ever have any friends like you knew from high school or some shit like that? They still act like that?
No, I don't actually.
I don't got no friends, but I just know of people. I know of people. That's why I'm saying my fault. I don't got no friends like that, but like I know of people that just have the same mentality. And that's why that's why I was saying earlier about like operating on your consciousness level. You know what I'm saying? With the whole kid watching Disney and the adult watching Disney. You operate, you live life where you operate your consciousness on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people, I don't know. I guess they just don't. What do you think?
I agree. Shit. The older adults I used to look up to when I was young. Now, that's how you was thinking? Oh, this is how you think. Oh, this is what you believe in. Oh, okay. And not knocking shade off of what you believe in or what your beliefs, but if your beliefs is like, for example, financial talk. If you don't got it, but you still buying it because you want to act like you got it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we too old.
Come on.
Too old for sure.
Come on. So stuff like that, for example.
And I feel like I brought it up because like you brought up the fact that like living for other people's validation. I think I mean everybody goes through that, obviously, especially going to school and everything. Yeah. But at some point you're supposed to move on from that. Like at some point you're supposed. I mean, I'm not saying the thoughts go away. The thoughts never go away.
Absolutely not, because you always want to be fly.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're into fashion, if you're into like nice shit,
even music, like you're appealing to somebody.
Yeah.
You want to perfect for somebody.
Yeah.
But like I mean, the sole purpose of you waking up in the morning and doing shit like that is for other people's validation. It's crazy. You gotta grow out of that.
But some people can't.
Yeah. Some
people can't, and they're too insecure.
Yeah. And
they're not really confident in themselves. For sure. And it's sad.
It's so sad. I was gonna say the same thing. It's so sad.
It's sad. But
so sad.
Not to throw shade at our race, But Black people do that a lot. Like, they do that a lot. They live for the validation of other people when they don't really have it like that.
Damn.
And it's just so crazy. Like, let's get out of
She just cooked the shit out y'all.
Let's get out of
She cooked the shit out y'all. Real rap though. I ain't gonna lie, it's true.
For real though. For real.
True.
We have to evolve. We have to do better, man. But that's a whole nother topic.
I'm saying it's a whole nother conversation. I ain't gonna lie, we had to end this shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. You better open a new can.
That's a whole nother topic. Like,
is there anything else you want to just like share in this space? Just to close it out.
Honestly, no, not really. But I would say, just always focus on evolving, but don't focus on it to the point where it's like you're killing yourself to like improve. Like, it's deep, but it's not that deep.
Right, for sure.
But
for sure.
Yeah, evolution is a great medicine to have, a great belief to have. If you don't believe in everything, believe in yourself, believe in always evolving in a higher path, doing better little by little. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, no big steps, just little steps, one at a time. And that's it.
That's been Yougotthis, man. I appreciate you coming on, you feel me, and letting me use your space and all that.
Absolutely, no problem.
You know, this is a beautiful space, and your mind's beautiful and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, where can they find you on?
You can find me on my website, yougotthis.com, and you spell my name like YOLEXIA. YOLEXIA.
You said it right.
And on social media platforms at Yougotthis, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. Yougotthis.
All right, y'all. It's been a John. It's been a good John. I'm going to see y'all next one. Y'all be safe.